They come out here in the eye. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play. If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down. So 2nd and 10 here. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Ten yards to go on 3rd. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Looking for his receiver sharp, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Vontae Davis. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for Buccaneer TD. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick 6.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game, getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
Looking left side, and it's complete. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Their dangerous wide receiver with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And they'll run it here. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And the offense behind the chains here a touch on 2nd and 11.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL. And a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses, and now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one.
So now at 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look, 6 DBs. Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. But he will have a man, Demaryius Thomas. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
He's come a long way since his time at Georgia Tech. What did he run at Tech? He ran hitches and go routes, essentially.
Yeah.
I mean, but he ran them really well. He averaged well over 20 yards a catch while he was there. And he still creates downfield in the NFL.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great effort there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs have taken the lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker plugging the rock.
This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. One receiver left, two to the right. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. It's a gain of 5, and that'll make this a second down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down.
Detroit! Detroit! Now let's go! Green!
He'll drop to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Let's go! 3-19! 3-9!
They go play action here on first down. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. A gain of 6 there on first.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Now they go screen. It's complete. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Bortles now on first down. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Second down and a little ways to go here. 2nd and 13. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right.
Green, 90! Green!
Bortles to throw on second down. And he's got his man on the out route. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he? Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Bortles was accident-prone last year, led the league with 18 picks and an early pick here.
And you know he spent a lot of time in the offseason working on this, thinking about it. It's not that he's not going to throw any. They just hope that that number gets cut down significantly.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. So here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Vontae Davis. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
And as a defender, if you come with 2 interceptions in a game, that's pretty rare in the NFL. You might see one guy a weekend do that. But to have 2 in the first quarter, that's something you don't see all that often. I have a feeling they'll think twice about throwing in his direction too often.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. Oh, he's got some breathing room. He's at the 40, 20, 10, touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Bucs get the quick strike touchdown.
Well, touchdowns.
Yeah, that's about as good as that is as good as you can do, I guess. So, well done.
Yeah, well done indeed. Tremendous execution.
The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. This one taken from the 7. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say that great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I
was going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
Will the defense dial up the pressure? Let's see. 3rd and 11. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Throwing left side, it's complete. The 20. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Their dangerous wide receiver with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. And he'll bang that one through. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line.
Holding offense.
And that right there will set him back a bit on the offensive holding penalty.
And you know who you want to pressure after a penalty like that? The guy who just committed the foul. You want to see if he's going to keep his head down or if he's going to get his head right back into the game. I'd send a blitz at him right away and see if he holds up.
Here we go now. Blue 45.
Working from the gun, it's Bortles. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Bucs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out. They fake the handoff. Now Bortles surveying the field. He'll air it out. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Demaryius Thomas, 83 yards. And the Bucs get the quick strike touchdown. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Uh-oh, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Seattle now ready to march out of the field. On the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now a play fake here on first down. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he's brought down after a good gain. On play action, they'll throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A big play there. On his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. It's been quite the game for him individually, a trio of touchdown catches now.
So pick a route, any route, whatever you want him to run, he's going to do it and do it well and end up in the end zone. This has really been fun to watch.
This is fielded at the goal line. So out come the Bucs now. They'll give it to him right up the gut. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Offense.
So he got his hands a little too far outside. The ref caught him, threw the flag. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll get across the 20, but only to about the 22-yard line. It's a gain of 3, and it'll be second down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Here we go now. 390.
On second down, here's Bortles. And it's brought in by Eric Decker. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up fourth down.
Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They go play action here on first down. And he finds a man on the crossing route. He's at the 30, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Their dangerous wide receiver on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
The field now with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And he cuts it out to the sideline. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 48 yards on the ground. And you hear it all the time, but that's one of the dangers of the blitz. You get past that first wave, nobody else is there.
And when teams blitz, what they're trying to do is make you lose your poise, lose your timing and your tempo. But when you hold it together, you can really hurt them the other way, getting past that first wave.
Now a handoff looking right. They find some open field here. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Touchdown. A great effort there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game. This is becoming quite the half he's had here.
Remember in our pregame meetings, they talked about wanting to run the football and staying with it. Well, when you're scoring this many touchdowns, there's no reason to go away from it, is there? They are off to a fantastic start. They hope it continues.
3 already for it. Our eyes shift to the defense of the Buccaneers now. And they gave up a touchdown last drive. You kind of need to hit the reset button after every touchdown given up, Charles.
I love that. And the way that you phrased it is perfect because from series to series, you can reset how the game is going to go. If you gave up a touchdown before, it doesn't mean you have to do it again. And if you made a great play before, you have to reset again anyway because they're going to attack. So I love the way you phrased it and put it out there. That's what they have to do in this series.
Not like when you're playing a video game. You can't hit the reset button here. Let's go.
No, you shouldn't anyway. That's for sure.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Well, it's a screen pass. That's complete. .23 yards on the play. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So they got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. They'll look to throw now on first down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout. A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Larry Ridley will have first half highlights and analysis.
LR, plenty to show in this one.
Going to be a busy man at intermission.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get...
And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there. With his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Seahawks are going to take the lead. And his kick is good. So the 2nd time tonight he has hit the end zone, Charles.
Some people just have a natural nose for the end zone, and he's exhibiting that here in this game. Big-time job, and of course he's got to pat the backs of the offensive line.
Yeah, they can't be lost in the shuffle. They're vital. Touchdown, Tampa Bay! Their dangerous wide receiver, 99 yards. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Yeah, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
Seattle now ready to march out of the field. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And left side here, it's Graham. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. And they'll get 17 yards there. And it's good enough for a Seattle first. They're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll drop to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. A very solid gain of 27. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And incomplete. A drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Give him 3 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Looking to throw. It's caught. Shepard. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Sterling Shepard as the first half is winding down. And the Seahawks are going to take the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this 2nd quarter. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. And on the ground they go with the running back. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath. Never mind, Larry, forget your halftime report. Apparently, we are set for the 3rd quarter of action already. This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. On second down, here's Bortles. Fighting his safety valve here. That's complete. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 43 yards.
So what's the old expression that quarterbacks like to use when they decide to throw the football? I'm looking for either a touchdown or a check down. And he took the check down on that play, and it worked almost to perfection.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Bortles to throw on second down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7.
It's a nice job hitting him on the angle route there. Come out of the backfield, cutting sharply across the middle. And that's good timing between the quarterback and his receiver.
Effective third down play to move the chains. Shotgun now for Bortles. His pass caught at the 4. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. C.J. Fedorowicz, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And he knocks it through. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
They're going to look, and for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick, and he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great effort there. 36 yards. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes.
Down the numbers. There he goes. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. A big play there. 76 yards. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. Good pass, clean catch, and a house call there on the fly route.
And not that much room to operate. So that tells you about his acceleration. We always talk about being able to go from 0 to 60 real fast. Took him less time than that to get to top speed and complete that play.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now the Buccaneers offense gets set to head back onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw. As if he didn't have enough to think about on that route, the comeback route, coming back to the football and catching it, started to make sure he toe-tapped and kept himself in bounds.
And that was spectacular, but on the comeback route, maybe a little easier to deal with the sideline since you've got better vision of it?
I think that's a great point, because you should know exactly where you're going and know how much space you have and make sure you get your feet down. But, yeah, coming back to the football, I like it. Good vision.
Bortles going to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Here's Ryan Quigley now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Seahawks will take over at their own 20. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They'll come out in the pistol. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down in bounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
They'll set up to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. 30, 10, 5, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Their dangerous wide receiver, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks are going to take the lead. I don't even know what to say anymore. I mean, I've lost track of how many times he's been in the end zone. This is just flat unbelievable.
Doesn't matter whether you have an abacus, a calculator, just old-fashioned pencil and paper trying to total it up. The number is staggering. What a performance. This man knows how to find the end zone and make it count.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time with just punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. You took the words right out of my mouth.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
So they run it on 2nd down. Now let's see what 3rd down brings here for the offense. They'll give it to him right up the gut. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got some space here. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll go as a gain of 12. And it's good enough for the Tampa Bay first.
Most players will tell you that night games, while they can be fun, they're really hard to prepare for because you wake up on game day and all you want to do is get to the stadium and let's get going. But you got to bank that fire a little bit.
Into a double team and it's intercepted. A great read and it's picked off. And he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the second pick thrown here in the 3rd quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised. But that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up.
Back now in Tampa. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. The play fake. He'll look to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him. And, partner, when you run the ball on 3rd and 2, you're telling the whole world you've got nothing but confidence in your offensive line and your runner, and you expect to get it. But they were stuffed on that play. Only got 1 yard. Great job by the defensive front. The linebackers, everyone got involved to force a 4th down.
And they're going to come up empty here on 4th down. Boy, you talk about not playing it safe. Why were they going for it there, Charles?
It's got to be a full evaluation of their team. Do they trust their defense in this situation? Maybe they think they've given all they can in this game and they don't have anything left. Do they not trust that the other team's quarterback is just so hot that no matter where they get the ball, they go downfield? Remember when Bill Belichick went for it in that game, right, against Indianapolis on the road, and everybody said, why'd you go for it there? I think he just thought to himself, on the other side, if they get the ball, they're going downfield anyway. He was trying to end the game right there with his own offense.
17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield, but when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
And power running here down to the 6-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front, they moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. They brought in an extra defensive back here, so probably not expecting a run. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I tell you, you don't have press conferences when you sign guys like this. But he's been a real difference maker so far. That's now 2 interceptions for him in the game. And when you're getting contributions up and down your 53-man roster, you're going to be all right.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22. Derek Morgan in on the stop. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. So a nice job. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. They'll give it to him right up the gut. A strong running. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Now the Buccaneers go ahead and take another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Here we go now.
And they'll go on the ground. Room here to run. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. And now a first down following that long gain. They come out here in the eye. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd-and-1 situation.
The defense has been on the field a long time now, and after a run like that, they've got to feel like they're almost on roller skates and getting pushed backwards on just about every snap.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
3rd-and-1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the first down.
Here we go now. 3-19.
But Charles, it's...
Ladies and gentlemen, we got the Knox in the house, right? And I go by the name of Wyclef. I bought the band. And we need all the ladies to report on the dance floor. And you know my slogan, no fighting in no way.
Poppin' nugget when I met you, shorty had the long extension. Told her I'm a bad man, but I only got the best intention. Tougher, not a bluffer. I want you to be Molly. Don't have to take it undercover. Just on the bells are ringing, people singing, rice is throwing, flower bringing. Ding-a-ling-a-ling, the honeymoon is when we going, and I take you to a place that you didn't even know exists. What's your wish? Dinner at the Eiffel Tower in Paris.
Shot is in the basement party, yeah. Turn into the greatest party, yeah. Never see my baby coming. Just one